everyone, today's show is supported by the Synthwave Redneck, who has his own show on YouTube, Synthwave Weekly. You should go and check it out. Loads of great music reviews. And by Hypersynth Blog, who has his own reviews and spotlight on Instagram. Links in the description below. Have a nice day.
Yo, people, welcome to another Retro Reverb Records interview. My name is Colin, and today I am joined by the lovely Electrish from Static Realms. How are you today?
Hello, I'm doing well. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Absolutely.
Thank you very much for making the time to come on. I know there's quite a big time difference between us. What time is it there for you?
It is now 5 after 12, so it's the early afternoon.
Early afternoon. Okay, so I thought we were talking in the morning. I got all confused with the times. It's it's 6 p.m. here in sunny Sicily today. Okay, right.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool. Let's go. Let's start. So, my first question for you today is how did you become like aware of synthwave, or what kind of like drew you into this scene?
So I've always been a fan in general. I grew up in the 80s. I love the movies from that era. I love the music from the era. So when I discovered synthwave, I didn't really know what synthwave was, but it reminded me of the 80s, and it sort of had that whole aesthetic that I was so used to enjoying. So when I discovered synthwave and started listening to it, I just fell in love with it, and it made me very happy. It made me feel good. So I just kept listening, and I still love it. I still listen to it a lot, you know, every day. So it's just a nice. There's so many different types of it, you know. It's not limited to just one thing. So I love that.
Yeah, I think as well. There's so much coming out that there's no end of choice of stuff to listen to. So. That's always good. Okay, the next question for you is, so I found by looking at my analytics, all my social media networks and stuff, that we're drastically underrepresented by ladies in the scene. And I was just asking you, you know, what's it like to be a woman in the scene where there's not as many of you as there should be?
I love it. I think it's a really fun experience for me because I find there's a lot of synthwave artists that are also female that, you know, are amazing and amazingly talented. So, you know, the more that I can do with Static Realms to get artists out into the world for people to see and discover, just like I did, you know, the happier I am to represent the kind of ladies of synthwave, if you will. I love it because I've met so many great not only just females, but I've met so many great people in general. And it's really rewarding to be able to talk to artists from all over the world. You know, I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about. It's just an amazing experience.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I get so many submissions and work with people from all over the world. It's quite nice. I feel like I've got more of a social life than I do at the moment with lockdown. Because
yeah, exactly. Same here. Same here.
Yeah, it's people speaking to me from all different dimensions. Did you ever see the little videos? I think it was Julian did with the ladies of synthwave and the men of synthwave, where we were dancing.
Yes, I loved those so much. I wish that there were more, you know. You know, I wish there were more.
I have to say, I think the ladies kicked our ass. I actually was in the men's one, topless, unfortunately, making a complete fool of myself. Yeah.
Well, hey, that's awesome. Yeah, I love fun things like that.
Yeah, it was good fun. I mean, you know, like I said, we lost, but it was still good fun. Do you have any sort of particular favorites of the female artists out there? Is anyone you really sort of admire or like?
You know, that synth pop sound that I love. You know, it's so great.
Yeah, I think Chelsea's voice is massively underrated. She's done some really good collabs, though. I mean, she's really sort of building a name for herself in that way. I think she'll do well. I mean, she's undoubtedly going to release like a an album or something on vinyl, which will be a solo album, and I think it will absolutely smash it. So good luck,
Yeah,
Chelsea.
she's ridiculously talented people, you know.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we touched upon the fact that maybe women are slightly underrepresented in the synthwave scene. Do you have any ideas about how we could maybe address that balance?
I would just say that, you know, don't underestimate women in any industry, especially the music industry, because there are so many artists out there that, you know, are bands that are fronted by females and artists that are female that, you know, people may never have heard of them, but just give them a chance, you know, and once you do, you won't be sorry. You know, it's amazing how inspiring it is to see so many women who are so talented in the scene, you know. And it is a pretty male driven scene. So I think that the more that we can you know, promote those female artists, the better, because they will give the men a run for their money. I'll tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell you that.
No, you know what? For a while, I was sitting there like scratching my head. I was like, why can I not get any female artists on the label? I was getting really frustrated. I managed to address that balance recently.
Yeah, so a few of our episodes of Static Realms Music Hour, I was telling Eddie, who's the creator of Static Realms, I was saying, you know, this episode is a sausage fest. Like, we need more women. So we've been really working hard to get, you know, as many female artists as we can. And, you know, I think it's great just having that wide variety of sound just across the board, with female artists and male artists, you know, thrown into the mix. But I did make that joke to him a few times, like, there's so many guys.
No, I'm hoping to sign. I can't say her name yet because obviously she hasn't signed, but she's
right.
Yeah, she's an independent female artist from Belgium, and she's quite different as well because she's doing it completely by herself. So she's not fronting a band which has got men behind her. She is a solo artist, and
wow.
Okay, so hopefully she'll agree to sign, and we'll hear some cool stuff coming out of Belgium from her. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, your Instagram account has got, I noticed, has got some really cool pictures of you, like in like loads of different costumes. So why did you start putting those up? What was the idea behind that?
So cosplay is something that I've actually done for several years. It's been, you know, almost 10 years now that I've been doing these different costumes and making costumes and wearing them. So before Static Realms, that was really my passion project.
Okay.
And I was going to conventions and doing a bunch of photo shoots and just creating cosplays of characters that I love. I'm a bit of a geek, so, you know, I love comics. I love comic book superhero characters and villains. So yeah, before Static Realms, I was already heavily into cosplay. So instead of changing and creating a new account, you know, as a Static Realms account, I just do both. It's like, it's all encompassed. Yeah. And pretty soon, actually, we've been working on showing a little bit more of my cosplay in the actual channel. So that's coming up soon. I'm excited.
Watch that space. Guys, of course, all the links for Static Realms will be in the description below. Make sure you go and check them out. They've got an awesome show, and I'm sure your subscribers are quite good, but I'm sure they're just going to keep going up and up and up and up, and loads of good artists on there. So, you know, keep up the good work. We need people like you in the scene doing it. Just
you
quickly,
as well.
Thank you. Just quickly, while we're at it, you were talking about, like, you love comic characters and heroes and villains and stuff. Like, I saw one of you dressed up as Spiderman recently, which I really liked, or Spider-Woman. Who's your favorite superhero or villain?
Definitely Spider-Man. That's all-time favorite. His character in the comic books was so relatable to me, you know, and so I always kind of was drawn to Spider-Man, Peter Parker. And then, of course, he's married to Mary Jane Parker, who is a redhead like myself, and she wears his suits. So I was like, wow, that's me. I'm going to do that. So yeah, it started out with just that, and, you know, it grew and grew and grew and grew. As you know, everything that you're passionate about, you just can't stop doing. So yeah, cosplay, I just love it. I love it as much as music. So I'm never going to stop.
Cool. No, it looks really good. I mean, I always like when your costumes come up, I'm always like, oh, what's she gonna be dressed as this time? I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, just referring back to like, maybe sort of traditionally, we've got men, like you're saying, there's a bit of a sausage fest in the scene, and especially back in the sort of in that period in the 80s and stuff. I think some of the things that we associate with comics, films, that kind of stuff, was a bit male driven, wasn't it? They were considered male hobbies, and obviously nowadays we're more forward thinking, and that's not really the case anymore. But maybe that's why we've got sort of a slightly older generation who were into that back in the time, and that's what drives that why we've got more men and less women. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Good answers. Right. Next one. You've got an OnlyFans account. Could you tell us what inspired you to start that?
Well, the pandemic, of course, I was at home more. I was thinking, what can I do when I'm doing, I started picking up photography and doing like at-home photography with my different cosplays. So I just decided, it was something that I threw around in my head. Could I do something like this? I started doing it, and it was just quick and easy. Every week I post a photo set that's exclusive. It's only on my OnlyFans page. So anyone that subscribes, they get that exclusive content. And it's really fun to come up with the ideas of shoots and characters, and, it's a little bit sexier. So I don't feel weird, because, I've sort of made it more normal in my everyday life to feel comfortable about who I am. So I think OnlyFans is just an extension of that. And a lot of people don't understand that. You don't have to just do pornography on OnlyFans. You can do whatever you want. So if you're an artist and there's something that you want to offer to your fans that you don't post on any other site, OnlyFans is a good way to go. So cool. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, from what I'm saying, you're empowering your own creativity, really, and saying, I can do this all by myself. I can share this. I can put what I like up there, and if people like it, they can come and look at it and stuff. So fantastic. All right. Okay, I've lost the question. Hold on 1 second.
That's okay. No problem.
All right. So a lot of people would love to, I'm sure a lot of artists, I think, I will be coming on the show at some point in the future, but I'm sure a lot of people.
Yes, you will be.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited about it as well. But I'm sure a lot of artists would love to come on the show. It's great promotion for them. It's a really cool show and stuff. What can people do to improve their chances of being selected by you if they submit to you, apart from having good music?
Yeah, of course. Well, we always encourage people to submit their music videos to us. And it really doesn't matter if it's an older music video, because the problem I think that a lot of artists face as well is that their music doesn't get heard, but their videos aren't seen unless someone randomly is scrolling through YouTube, So for our show, we love to showcase music videos throughout the show. And we just encourage artists to send us their music videos to staticrealms@outlook.com, because we go through them as fast as we can. And, we kind of try to pick the right ones for each show. So the more, the merrier. I will tell you, we get a lot of them. So right now we're extremely overbooked, but, we always encourage people to send them in because we love seeing them. And even if there's a music video that isn't out yet, we are working on doing these live streams and these hangouts that we're doing. So we can always show them on something that's not music hour as well. So
I think the fact that I think the fact that you've got, I was just about to say, I think the fact you've got so many of them is a good thing. I know it sometimes feels a bit overwhelming, like your emails are pinging off and stuff, because I get that with submissions as well. But it means that there's an interest. And for the artists out there, from a label's point of view as well, if you take the time to make a video and produce your work more professionally, I mean, first of all, you're increasing your chances of getting heard, and also you're increasing the chances of people, I don't want to sound big-headed or better, but taking you seriously, maybe, like thinking, okay, this guy or this lady or this group, they really want it. They've got a great video. Their sound is great. They've got some great artwork. They've promoted themselves in the correct way, because it's really hard nowadays, isn't it? Like you've got to be on social media a lot to get the right kind of attention. It's almost like a second job. So keep working, guys. Keep working. The videos help. Videos help.
They do. We love seeing them. There's so many artistic and creative people out there, especially when you see them in the music videos. I mean, they're just incredible to see. So I enjoy them.
Okay, good. All right, guys. So Trish, Electrish, are you ready for the famous quickfire round? I'm
ready.
Okay, let's do it. Right, let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna some of them will be multiple choice, some of them won't. You'll get the gist. Right. Okay. First question. Okay. Multiple choice. What year was the Rubik's Cube invented? 82, 74, 66.
I'm gonna go with 74.
Correct. Well done. Excellent.
I have a Rubik's Cube, but it's like over there. I can't grab it.
Can you do it?
I have. It's far over there.
But can you do it?
Oh, it's embarrassing. It takes me a long time.
I've never learned.
I'm not great at it.
My friend's bunch showed me that like there's this pattern. I don't have the brain for it. I'm sorry. I realized that I've copied and pasted these answers, these questions into my phone so I can see them during the interview, but I had them on a Word document and had changed the color so I knew what the answer is, and it hasn't transferred over. So
oh no.
I'm 100% sure.
Makes things interesting, right?
Well, we'll keep going. Right. In what year was the first ever CD released? 82, 84, 86, or 88? I'm probably going to have to screens to find the answer to this one.
86, perhaps?
Hold on. 82.
82.
Close. Okay. In which video game did Super Mario first appear? No multiple choice here.
That would be Super Mario Brothers.
Well done, right? The easy
Good
one.
Game.
Okay, this is not 80s trivia. This is just a question. What's your favorite way to relax?
My favorite way to relax is to put on a Spotify playlist and just chill.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I like listening to my Spotify playlist.
Mostly to Synthwave, of course.
Are you listening to any good playlists at the moment?
Oh my gosh, I have like a nonstop playlist. So I've been listening a lot to bands that just kind of like come up in my playlists that I've never heard before. So they do a thing called Discover Weekly, and I just let it play because normally that's how I discover a lot of artists that I love.
I'm going to interrupt my my quick fire round because I've just noticed you've got a very cool looking Static Realms t-shirt. Are they available for people?
Yes. So we have t-shirt. Let me just shameless promotion here. We have t-shirts, we have mugs, etc. available on TeePublic. And also you can just click the link on our website, staticrealms.com. There's a merchandise tab. You can just click it and directly go there. So I
think I'm going to order me one of those t-shirts. They look pretty cool. Right. Okay.
Thanks.
No problem. Right. Next question. Tell me something that you love.
Well, I love cosplay. I love it probably too much. So much that every day I'm thinking, what character could I put on and take photos of in today? Because it makes me happy.
Can you give us a hint? Like, what's the next one going to be? Have you got it planned already?
Well, I've been seeing a lot of people posting. They're posting a photo series where they have the cosplay that they're doing, a photo of themselves in real life, and then the character. So I think I'm going to do Batgirl for mine.
Cool. Right.
Yeah, I love Batgirl.
Okay, right. The opposite. Tell me something that you hate.
Hate is a strong word, but
dislike.
Something that I strongly dislike is people who are unkind. Unkind to animals, waiters, other people who cut you off in traffic. That's unkind.
I live in Sicily. I live in the land of being cut off and people tailgating. It's like one of the banes of my life. I cannot stand it. But do you know what? I think bit what you've said there about people being unkind, I always hope that when I die, that people will say Colin was kind. So they probably won't, but I hope they do.
No, they will. I will.
Thank
Please
you.
stay around. Stay around, please.
I'm not planning on dying for. I'm not planning on dying for a while. I'm trying to stay healthy, but you know, it happens to us all eventually, right? Vocal or instrumental synthwave?
Oh, so I'm like right in the middle for the most part because I enjoy both. But I will say that instrumental synthwave gets my creativity flowing a lot. So I would have to say I'm more prone to the instrumental.
Fair enough, fair enough. I tend to lean towards the vocals, but I as a label, I can't really lean anywhere. But if I'm just by myself choosing a playlist, probably vocals. What's one of your favorite, what was this, of all the genres or subgenres within the synthwave umbrella, do you have a particular favorite one?
I mean, lately I've been really listening to a lot of dark wave.
Okay.
So I love dark wave. It's great because synthwave, the traditional synthwave, it's, you know, the happy and neon and sort of like more Miami synthwave. I love that, but I love that dark wave kind of gives you that darker feel, and I'm a fan of both. So lately it's been dark wave.
Will you excuse me a shameless plug as well? You should check out Alex Fichetti. His last album, When Nothing Shines Upon, I thought was a really great dark wave album that probably didn't quite get as much attention as maybe it could have done. Okay, cool. Right, where am I? I've lost myself. Right, which Madonna song first hit the US Billboard's Hot 100 in 1983?
I should know this. I'm gonna say Borderline.
Holiday. Okay.
I have that album on vinyl too, and I love it.
I used to love Madonna when I was younger. I was quite a young man back then. I had a massive crush on Madonna when I was a teenager.
Of course.
Okay. 1985's Live Aid concert raised $127 million, or pounds or euros, I don't know, for what cause?
So it was for the AIDS awareness and all of that, right?
I think it's quite close. I think I read, but do you know what? I think it was AIDS as well, but I've got here famine relief in Africa, which is what I found on Google. But my first thought was what you said as well. So
yeah,
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they did a bit of both. Who knows? Okay. This question you've answered. Your favorite superhero. We've done that, right? Okay. If you could have a magic power, what would it be?
I would love to be able to fly. It would make traveling much easier for me.
I've always people will say, I think because flying, the sense of freedom that you obviously get with flying would be amazing, and like the views and stuff. I always think it's going to be pretty cold up there.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you have to have a special suit for it, but
yeah. Also, I guess it depends how fast you fly. Like, I mean, you could fly pretty slow. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, just kind of take it all in.
All right,
but you know, if you want to get away, you just there you go.
Yeah, you know, and can't get caught by the police if you do anything wrong. Exactly. Okay, last question for the day, and this is, you know, quite a deep one, philosophical question. One thing you'd like to change about the world?
One thing that I would like to change about the world. This is kind of going into something that I said earlier, but I would like everyone to just take a step back and find ways of being kinder people.
Yep. I think if I know it's, you know, there were lessons to be taken from COVID. There was many lessons to be taken from
Absolutely.
COVID. But I think one of them that a lot of people probably didn't realize was that they were focused on quite a lot of the wrong things in life. And being nice and kind and spending time with your friends and family and caring about your local community and your environment and things like that are really, really important. And just having a bit of time to reflect and seeing like the positive environmental changes that came from us stopping destroying our local environment because we're inside. And things like that were, you know,
I agree
lessons.
with you. Totally agree. And I think that after all this, when the world comes back to some sort of normalcy, I think that it's important not to take anything for granted. We should really be grateful for everything that we have, which includes each other, you know.
Yeah, and fingers crossed people don't forget too quick, but human nature. I don't know. I'm a bit pessimistic about it. I shouldn't.
Yeah, I understand. I totally understand.
So if you're watching this, you know, be nice, be kind, and don't forget. All right. Okay, listen, Electrish, is there anything, would you like to do any shouts out? Anyone you'd like to mention? Anything you'd like to say before the end of the interview?
I would just like to say thank you to you, Cole, and thank you to RetroReverbRecords for, you know, always being supportive of our channel. And to anybody out there who wants to be on our show, please just feel free to message us. We enjoy hearing from everybody, and, you know, stay safe, stay positive, because I think that music is so important right now. So
yeah, and buy music, guys. Buy music.
Yes.
Yeah, not just
Yes.
not just us. Just buy
please
any
support
music.
the artist.
Yeah.
Please support the artists and the arts in general.
Yeah, in fact. Okay, right. Listen, thank you so much for your time today. I will see you flipping around on the other side of the mirror where you are in control,
Colin.
and
Yes.
I'm answering the questions. I look forward to it. Okay, keep doing the good work. Thank you very much.
You as well. All right, take care.